Hey everybody, Sarah here. So, it's finally finished. Um, no more neighbours. That's gonna be weird. Um, yeah. So I've just finished. Well, I haven't just finished watching it. I finished watching it like 20 minutes, 40 minutes ago. Um, so I've got two other things to watch. The things that are on after it, but the actual episode is finished. An hour and 5 minutes long. Um, you know what? I didn't get emotional during it for most of it until a certain part. Um, See, now every time I hear that, oh my god, I'm tearing up now. Every time I hear that song, I'm gonna be thinking, oh my god, um, yeah. So I can't even think how it started now. I can't remember bit by bit because I'm like still like what's called my head. But the bits I'm like picking out of it. All right. Uh, Jane was showing Mike around um the houses on Ramsey Street. Um, there was, and every time she went into a house, they were showing like um flashbacks. So like when he went into um her house that she lives with David and Nicolette and all that. I can't remember the clip they showed on that bit, but I know when they showed Carl and Susan's house, they were showing when Des lived there. They showed um Chloe's house, and the flashback was I think it was with Scott and Charlene and Jane and Mike. That was there somewhere. I just can't remember if it was that house. I know they mentioned Madge as well. Um, they showed the who actually did that? The Rodwell's house where the Robinsons used to live. And you know when they gave Jane the makeover, that was like the flashback. Um, yeah, so it was those like flashbacks. Oh, there's quite a few flashbacks. Oh yeah, there was a video bit when they were showing the videos. Like obviously there was Margot Robbie with Donna, Margot Robbie who played Donna, um, Jessica Drum who played Nina, um, Mark Little who played Joe Mangle, um, who else was on there? There's like so many. There's a couple I was like, who are they? I mean, I probably know if they said their name, but yeah. And do you know what's annoying me is at the end when the words come up, they showed Sky Mangle, Stephanie McIntosh. I didn't see her on there. I cannot. I don't think there was a video. So unless you popped up like in the street, I don't know. Um, and then obviously when they had the street party, they had obviously like the people that were going to turn up, like Des, um, turned up and all that. They were talking about people who couldn't be there, and they actually showed Madge sitting next to Harold and Doug. So I know Doug was going to be in it, or Terence Donovan was going to be in it, but I read Gemma Donovan, and I didn't see her in it. I don't even know if I saw her name at the end. I don't know. But I mean, the fact they had him and Jason in it, even though they went in the scene together. Um, who else was there? There was um trying to think who else turned up. I'll have to watch the video again and probably mention it in my next video. But yeah, there was a few people like, oh, Lauren turned up. Lauren Turner. I don't think she went by a different name since. Um, it was, yeah, no. One of the ones that turned up was, oh my god, I can't think of his name. Every time Neighbours is on and they show like sponsored by Specsavers or whoever it is, and there's this one in it. I want to say Paul Martin. Paul Martin is a blooming TV presenter, antiques person. Philip Martin. You know what? I'm gonna have to Google that because that's gonna bug me. Philip. Oh, maybe it is Philip Martin. Hang on. Yeah, Philip Martin. Who played him? Ian Rowlands. Rawlins. I think it was him. Anyway, and I was like, okay, I didn't know he was going to turn up. I mean, even though he looked different, I recognised him. Yeah, so he turned up. He didn't have like a speaking bit. He was just like there. I think there was quite a few people there. Like, if they were speaking part, they were just appeared, not just appeared. They were there. Oh, and they showed Sonia's ghost, obviously. Although she was hugging, well, she was with the kids, and I mean, yeah, that's just, I don't know. Obviously, there's the main bit I'm gonna go on about, but I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I missed out. Um, um, I probably have missed bits out. I'll probably try and watch it again. Um, yeah. So Scott and Charlene. I was like, are they ever gonna turn up on there? Because it was like getting like halfway through, and I was like, it's an hour long episode, and you can have them in for a short amount of time. Although to be fair, it wasn't they weren't in it as much as I hoped, but they were in it more than I expected. If that makes any sense. So yeah, you know what's funny? It was I thought if they're gonna have because they'd been having music like play over certain bits, and I was like, they're gonna have suddenly by Angry Anderson, the song that was played at their wedding. They're gonna have that song playing when they turn up. I did think, oh, they'll play Especially For You, and I was like, no, they won't. They're not gonna play a song sang by the actor and actress who play those two characters. Um, yeah, so uh, Jane and Mike went off on his motorbike, um, and did they turn up at the thing afterwards? I think they did turn up at the party afterwards. Yeah, but they went off on a motorbike, and it was literally because they were showing from like down the cul-de-sac and showing them go off on the motorbike. I was like, is this when I knew it was a mini? The mini's gonna come around the corner, and it literally come around the corner. Oh my god! Every time, it literally come around the corner, and did I hear Suddenly by Angry Anderson? No, I heard Especially For You, and I was like, oh my god, they've actually gone and used their song, and that is actually when I was like, oh my god, they've actually, you know, it just took me so much by surprise they actually did use that song because I didn't think they'd use that song because of who actually sang it. Um, yeah, so they turned up um, I should have said spoilers at the start of this, but I mean, nobody watches these videos. I just make it because I make them. Yeah, so they turned up, that song was playing, um, and they were like Home Sweet Home. Although they didn't buy the house unless they, what's his name? Shane bought the house, but I think, because he said I need something to take off my hands. So I wonder if Scott and Charlie too, because they said Home Sweet Home, but that could mean anything. Um, yeah, so he bought the house. Yeah, so yeah, they were looking around. They were like, "Where's everybody?" Then they went up to, um, oh, they were like, well, Scott went over to whoever house it was. I can't even think whose house it was, and they're like, nobody's in, and all that. And then Charlene was like looking around, and then she looked up at the house and she saw there was a window open, and then Scott was like, oh, as she headed up towards it, Scott was like, Charlene, I know what you're gonna do. Although she didn't do it, she didn't climb in through the window, but I was like, come on, Kylie, do it. Um, yeah, and then they were like, oh, then somebody said to Jane and Mike, I've got somebody that wants to see you. Well, I've got some special visitors that want to see you. So then she saw them, and then Mike was like, Scott, Charlie. Well, he didn't say that, but I mean, the look on his face. And then, like, Paul surprised them. I mean, it wasn't really a surprise, I suppose, but Paul went up and they were like, you didn't tell me you were coming back and all that. I was kind of hoping it was going to finish showing them, but it finished showing Carl and Susan. I suppose they are likely, they have been on it for like 20 odd years. So, from, they've been there that whole time for 20 years rather than a couple of years in the 80s and now coming back. But yeah, and then at the end, when they, I don't think how they started the episode. Did they? I don't know if the starts they had like over the years. I can't remember if they had that how it started like at the start. I can't even think now. But I know at the end they had pictures of different people in different casts with their names coming up, obviously. Um, yeah. So of all the episode, Scott and Charlene are the ones that sent me off. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna stop this video now, and I will see you in my next video.